What's up, guys? It's Josh from Dual Rogues, and welcome on back. Your boys just got back from the Jacksonville Regionals, February 2020, and I'm here with our boy, Nick.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Part of team Long Schlong, out here with Redneck Schlong and this is Island Boy Schlong, you know.
Heck
Got,
yeah.
got a sixth place with some vegetables, some salad boys.
Some salads,
Yeah,
sixth place.
yeah,
That's pretty impressive up there.
yeah. I played a little bit of everything. I didn't like having to deal with like going second, so I made sure that I built a deck appropriately. So.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess we'll get on right into it. How's that?
All right. We got
Beautiful map.
yeah, we got Gazelle.
Best card in the
Funny,
deck.
yeah, it's good, but it's funny because like sometimes I banish and I couldn't care less. Yeah, as long as you can keep playing, you're good. You have 3 Foxies. You don't have to always activate the mill 3 effect. You can just have other cards to extend, and it works wonderfully, especially when you're trying to push plays through. So before it was a little bit more control. It's still control, but because you're able to spam the board with monsters, you're able to just continue pushing through interruptions. So that's why,
Gotcha.
We play 3 Jag. I'm playing Desires, and I like being able to recover resources. So being able to continue outgrinding your opponent every single second is very important, and it allows and facilitates for good pushes.
Gotcha.
I play double foul, chain blocking, and against the Lunalight Time Thief deck, sometimes they'll make Dweller, especially if they know that you're playing Salamangreat. This helps to mitigate that issue. So if they set it up, you don't have to worry about all your resources have to work from graveyard. It allows you to actually chain block Gazelle, chain block a bunch of other stuff, and it allows you to just keep playing and continue, like as I said, unloading on the board and flooding. We play 1 Spinny because you're not playing Mirage Stalio. You're not trying to focus on pumping out level 3s. It's a
But you're not worried about banishing the 1 Spinny?
Nah, half of the time I could care less. As long as you're able to just keep going, because as I said, because you're able to flood the board so quickly, you're not really worried about that. We play Falco. Looping Falco with Gazelle is nice. They clear your board. You drop Gazelle, you dump Falco. Falco sends Rage, and then afterwards, you on your turn you draw. Use the Falco, bounce back the Gazelle, and then you just summon it again and just continue, looping resources. 3 Flame Buffalo. I choose this over Debug all day because people are playing Droll because the deck with the biggest target on its back is Spiral. So if you play Lady Debug and you summon Lady Debug and they Droll you, that's it. You can't go any further. However, with this, you're going Chainlink. Chainlink 1 is Buffalo. Chainlink 2 Bailings. So even if they Droll you, even if they Droll you at that point, you already got everything you wanted.
So I see some people they're opting to play both, but you're only playing the Buffalo, right? So
Yes,
there's no.
I didn't want to have to worry about interruptions.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah. 3 Phantasme. I still play it because I want to have as much consistency as possible, being able to punish players for link summoning, being able to dig further to find other hand traps to help me. I play 3 Ash. It's a fire and it's a good hand trap. It's very generic and it works against everything. We play the 3 Droll. This card is extremely powerful, especially just for every matchup, even against Salamangreat. I played somebody and they said sign it mining and I Drolled them, and that literally ended their turn. You do that against a Spiral player and they don't have a way to call by or anything to counter it, and it ends your turn. And the thing is, you can make a very big push.
So is that like mainly for your Spiral matchup then? It's not really for many other matchups?
So when I build a deck, I don't want to build a deck specifically geared to beat one deck, because I find that when you build it to do that, then you're putting yourself in a bad position. However, because Spiral is one of the top decks, you have to take that into account. You have to take into account all the different decks, and you have to see how well will this hand trap how effective will this hand trap be. So I feel like Droll was extremely effective just in every matchup in general.
Gotcha. All right.
Circle, Sanctuary, 3 Mining. I play 3 Will. The Will is insane. It helps get through disruptions. It helps make big pushes, like really big pushes. It's phenomenal. It's such a good card. I play 3 Desires. Desires was great. Combining it with like a standard Buffalo play along with a Desires, you're so far ahead.
And you said you're never worried about banishing your one-ofs, like your Falco, your Gazelle, your Spinny?
No, never really, to be honest.
All right.
I play 3 Rage and 3 Roar.
Maxing out on the Rage and the Roar,
Joe Bogley, I saw Joe Bogley play this at the PP, something similar, very similar to this list. And his logic was very sound. And being able to just open any of them, it acts as
blowout.
Yeah, it acts as fodder for Foxy, and it just allows you to just continue pushing and making bigger plays.
All right,
let's go.
So real quick, how many cards do you have in main deck?
40.
40, yes. Exact.
40.
No more, no less.
I've never played a deck with over 40 cards. I would rather play 40 and cut, find something to cut before I play 41, or just change decks completely. I can't play a deck over 40. It drives me nuts.
Understandable. All right, so we're going to the extra deck?
Let's go to the extra
All
deck.
right.
So I play Boral Sword. Boral Sword is great because, as I said, when you combine it with Will, it's insane. People don't want to commit to a board, especially when they know that you have Rage. So they try to play kind of conservative, and that's when you make a huge push. And it comes out of left field because everybody's used to the Salamangreat just gritting and grinding. When you just shoot a Boral Sword out of nowhere, then, Nightmare Phoenix, generic. Hida, great. Combining it with Lion Emperor, you can continue bringing back their stuff and cycling through your cards. If they destroy this, you get a Gazelle for free. It's great. I've activated Hida purposely because I knew it was going to force an interaction. They negated and destroyed it. I got Gazelle and I went to battle phase and I even laid. And, so I got rid of the Roar, I think it was a Roar, I'm not sure. I just know they negated and destroyed my monster. And I was able to put pressure on them immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2 Pyro Phoenixes. The thing with this deck, it struggles with Build-A-Board decks, so I wanted to have an out for Build-A-Board decks.
Okay, so the Pyro Phoenix, it's mainly for that, but
Build-A-Boards, yes.
You were telling me that it also helps stop, kind of deal a little bit more damage when trying to go for OTKs, right?
That is true. Sometimes you need a little bit more to get your opponent, so what you can do is you can special summon their Link once and burn them, and then you can reincarnate and nuke their board. And then every time they attempt to Link summon, every time they successfully Link summon, they get burnt again. So at that point, especially in the time scenario, we now have a time win con.
Okay. This is all a fairly new idea of playing the Pyro Phoenix, right? Because some people would play it, but it was very fringe. You would really mainly focus on your Helio and your Sunlight Wolf.
Yes.
But nowadays, it seems that Pyro Phoenix is a very standard play for people to go into. It's a very common one now.
Yes. At Pasadena, there was I did a deck profile, and they had the Thunder Dragon combo deck, and that was one of the decks that was very difficult to handle. So back then I was even running Pyro Phoenix back then, and it's good to handle Build-A-Board decks. Sometimes the Build-A-Board decks are a bit overwhelming, and the problem that Salad had was not being able to out the board fast enough. You could, stop them for a little bit, but then after they got back going, you couldn't do anything. You need to be able to completely clear the board.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
2 Heat Leo, Altergeist, and Subterror and Backrow decks are now very prevalent, so, it's good for also pushing for damage, because when he's reincarnated, you can make your monster that you bring back, so you can special summon a Spinny and then make the Spinny the same attack as the Heat Leo.
Gotcha.
Sunlight Wolf, it's a good card to help recover resources. It's great for the grind game. 3 Balinks.
Pretty standard. 3 Sunlight Wolf, 3 Balinks.
Abyss Dweller and Lion Emperor. Lion Emperor was great to recycle Ash, Gazelle. It was just a very good card overall. It was just it helps dominate. And then Dweller, you make Dweller against Spiral, it kind of slows them down a little bit. Not enough to completely stop them, but just a little bit.
So I know you're not playing it, but what is your opinion on the whole Horse Prince idea?
It's very explosive. A lot of people aren't running a lot of hand traps because Spiral pushes through them so well. However, again, if they droll you, you're kind of stuck. I don't want to be stuck. At no point in time, I literally never want to be playing a deck that, gets stuck because it's, trying to get a little bit more explosive. I'd rather sacrifice explosiveness for the ability to outgrind and push through.
Just containing your resources, making sure that you maintain that card advantage at all times.
I've always sacrificed explosiveness for consistency and the ability to grind.
All right. Well, so that's our extra deck going straight to the side deck?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
So,
let's get it.
as I said, I didn't like going second, so I sided everything that could possibly blow out boards as best as possible. So, 3 Lightning Storms, phenomenal card. It was great all day. I broke so many boards very easily.
And you don't feel like that's difficult with like your field spell and your will trying to be able to conflict with it, drawing it later on?
If I draw it afterwards, I just sign it money and ditch it. I mean, there's ways to get rid of it. You can Phantasmate it away, but a lot of times they're trying to break through everything I have and they try to clear everything. And you just Lightning Storm, or you can force interruption. So for instance, you can if you have a monster on the board and you're trying to resolve a card. And I've done this a few times. I've actually used the first effect of Rage, send my Link monster, and destroy one of my own cards. I'll destroy my own Sanctuary, just so I can activate evenly, so I get a Lightning Storm. So I will hit them with evenly. I will hit them with Lightning Storm. I will hit them with anything I know that can blow at the board, especially considering how much resources I have in hand. So you have to weigh the risk, the risk versus reward. So if you feel like you have enough resources to make a big push, then by all means, I think that's a great way to do it. If you don't feel like it would be beneficial, then 3 Twin Twisters, back row decks. This in combination is just insane. 3 Dark Ruler, no more, and 3 Evenly Matched. I wanted to have anything that I could use to break boards, and drawing literally any combination of these cards in conjunction with one another was and using them in conjunction with one another was great, because it baits a negate and then you just wipe the board, and then you can start making huge pushes. Whatever they leave on board, you can Pyro Phoenix, you can heal Leo. It's really good. Just phenomenal. It breaks boards going seconds amazingly. And then I wanted to have at least one card for certain decks going first and second. And DD Crow I felt was phenomenal going first and second, because it is good because I can, against a Luna deck, you can, Crow their Martin. You can, against a Spiral deck, you can try to Crow the Master Plan if they don't have the trap. Just in general, it's a good card, especially even the Salamangreat Mirror Match. I think now it's very skill intensive, and I think it's now who understands the deck better. So if you understand the deck better than your opponent, you understand the key points to hit the deck, and you understand how to manage your resources better, then that's where it comes, into play.
This card's really seeing a big resurgence nowadays.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like in general the deck performed really well. I didn't have any issues with bricking or anything. The one game I did lose, it was a very unusual brick hand, because I drew 3 Drolls, a Crow, and a Sanctuary, which is kindly, it is, wow, I thought it was rather improbable, but stuff happens. And my opponent played well, but I feel like if I opened just a smidge a bit more optimally, I could have probably taken the game. But not discrediting my opponent, he played very well.
If I'm not mistaken, he actually got second, right?
No, funny enough, the guy that got second, I actually beat him. I actually beat him pretty badly. It was a quick win. Granted, I did open pretty absurd, but it was a very quick win. Funny enough, the guy that beat me was 5th place, and
right above you, huh?
Yeah, right above me.
All right, any shout outs? Anyone who...
I want to shout out the entire Tampa community. I moved here from Georgia, and I want to, thank you guys for welcoming me and helping me practice and get better at the game, especially welcoming me back to the game because I just started back in like April, I think, April, May, or one of those times. Shout out to, Hollywood, Miami, all those guys. Those guys are great. Shout out to the Jamaica crew because, I started playing in Jamaica. Shout out to all the stores in Tampa, Oblivion, Cool Stuff, Sunshine. I mean, they've been very welcoming, and it's been great for testing and everything. And it's been a good experience. And I think the Tampa community is very competitive, is a very competitive group. And I look forward to seeing, what else Tampa brings to the Yu-Gi-Oh community.
All right. Thanks again. That was Nick Jadusingh, 6 plays salads. All right. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.